watching the Brazilian Who Nutted in His Dreamcast. I'm not sure why, but I guess we're gonna have to start calling it the Creamcast. Let's go.
Like many of Sega's console endeavors, the Dreamcast was a system well ahead of its time. It was the first console released of the 6th gen systems, beating PlayStation 2 and GameCube to market by years.
Oh, wait, but the GameCube has the cool little handle. So you can move it around.
It introduced the world to legendary titles like Shenmue, Jet Set Radio.
Whoa, wait, Jet Set Radio is from the Dreamcast? Well, the first thing that I played was, I think it was PS1 or GameCube. I played those a lot. I didn't have a Dreamcast when I was a kid, but I love the Jet Set Radio music. It is so good. The art style is amazing. The character designs are great. No complaints.
Resident Evil Code Veronica, Seaman, among others.
What? Seaman? Is that what he's gonna do to his Dreamcast?
And perhaps most importantly, it was the first home console that was internet ready right out of the box. A ton was put into promoting its online play.
Old Google, like, really brings me back. Old anything. I used to make Webkins videos when I was a kid. And I remember that I was so scared to subscribe to anybody on YouTube because I thought that meant you had to pay a subscription fee. And I would check the computer every single day to make sure I wasn't gonna get yelled at by my mom.
Such as a campaign with Limp Bizkit, including ads telling you to look out for Fred Durst, who, according to crazy-ass moments in nu metal history, was said to be really good at Quake 3.
Wait, isn't he also really into, like, Evangelion and Ray and stuff like that? I thought his profile picture is Ray? I might be wrong. He seems very wholesome.
Also, Fred Durst autographed Dreamcast and go for a decent amount of money. It's such an amazing console. Doesn't it get you excited? Maybe a little too excited? Well, it definitely did for one boy in Brazil. So for this episode of Tales from the Internet, let's talk about what I'm told is one of the most legendary internet stories to come out of Brazil.
Okay.
The boy who nutted inside of his brand new Sega Dreamcast.
Brand new? Oh my god, he was christening the Dreamcast!
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we're going back to Brazil.
I love Brazil! Oh, hell no!
My YouTube...
Not the sound effect! Some kid picks ass sound effect!
figure is officially for sale right now on youtubes.com. I designed the figure with YouTube's bouncing concepts back and forth with their designers, and I made sure to tell them to make it difficult to get into a jar. And buying the figure
Should I have told the people who made my plushie to make it harder to put in the jar?
supports my channel directly. It's limited edition, so once it's sold out, it's never being made again. So go to youtubes.com and get yours right now. I think there's a tendency on the English-speaking side of the internet to just think of it as the whole internet and all of its famous stories like Swamp Sadegaba, Vagina Bacon, Hello My-
What bacon? Vagina bacon? What could that even mean?
Future girlfriend. But for every language there's internet stories that are just as infamous as any of those that we rarely if ever get to hear about.
Yeah.
So my curiosity was piqued when a Brazilian viewer, Gustavo Costa, told me the story of the Brazilian cum Dreamcast. Supposedly one of the
The way he announces the Dreamcast story is like it's like an urban legend passed down from generation to generation.
Brazilian internet's most infamous stories. And when I spoke about this on stream, a number of Brazilian viewers corroborated that, yeah, everyone knows this story.
What? So this is like Brazil's Marilyn Manson? Remember, I bring this up sometimes, but remember how we all thought in America that Marilyn Manson got his rib removed so he could glorp his own wiener? So this is like Brazil's version of that.
So here we go, the story of a boy from Brazil named Leonam. And note that I have two different translations of the story that I'm working with here. They're different from each other in ways that are very subtle, but in some cases kind of important. I'm piecing it together to the best of my ability, but if I get something wrong with it, definitely let me know.
It's
It
okay.
was originally posted in 2004 to forumsbr.hypermart.net.
Wow.
The original posts aren't on the Internet Archive, unfortunately. However, they've all been compiled together in a text document. The collection of posts begins with a disclaimer. Attention, this message has a little adult content.
A little? That is not big enough of a warning.
It is not recommended for females.
What?
Put your eyes, ladies.
Am I not supposed to know about this kind of stuff?
Or boys under the age of 11 who are likely does not have the knowledge required to understand the subject of the text. What's great...
Wait, so you're saying 12 and up are allowed to listen?
about that is the boy in the story is 13, so it's like, yo, us 13-year-olds, we're grown enough to talk about these kinds of things. You 11-year-olds, though, you're gonna...
I'll tell you when I'm older. I mean, when you're older. Actually, I should tell you when I'm older, too. I'm 13.
To wait till you're grown-ups like us 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's the funniest text of my life. The worst thing is that Leonam is real, really. You'll see. The 13-year-old boy, Leonam, had received a Sega Dreamcast for his birthday.
Woo,
this was not even a month prior, and as he had said, he had done everything possible to get his parents to buy this for him. Then one day, he's playing a pirated version of Crazy Taxi. Finishes up, takes out Crazy Taxi, so he can replace it with the boot CD you need to play pirated games. But with
I don't know, like, things have changed so much, man. Like, so much. Having an extra disc to play the game is crazy. I think, they did, like, the stuff with the Nintendo Switch, or, like, no, the Wii, like, what's it called? Home. That must have been pretty innovative for the time.
Lid's still open, suddenly everyone else goes out. He has the home all to himself, and so he gets an idea. Now's his chance. He's gonna go look at some naked ladies on the computer and rub one out. So he's standing in front of his computer looking at a website that he found on these very forums. He's doing his thing and he gets to the point where he can no longer contain himself.
I really hope that audio is from making some good mac and cheese.
He doesn't want to get anything on his monitor or his keyboard though that are right in front of him, so he quickly turns to the left. No! Unfortunately for Leonam, what is to the left of him is his still open Sega Dreamcast, which he promptly nuts inside of. At this point, he doesn't know whether to laugh or cry. He cleans it up to the best of his ability, but that dry residue is just too much for that poor laser lens. That shit's not working anymore.
Oh my god! His Dreamcast is pregnant!
So cry it is. Desperate for solutions, Leonam goes to the forum to see if anyone has any ideas about what he can do.
My mother is going to kill me when she finds out that paid 750 reals and I already broke it. It is on warranty, but how will I tell the men on the store?
Aww.
How will I clean the lens now? Help me, please. I will never masturbate again in my life.
I mean, it's not the same, but this is how I feel whenever I would go out and have drinks and then get a hangover the next day. I'm like, I'm never drinking again!
Unfortunately, since the original thread isn't archived, we can't see people's responses. I imagine it was mostly just people laughing their asses off at him. The next day, Leonam makes another thread. He rushes back home to check up on his Dreamcast. However, as soon as he gets through that door, his mother's already waiting for him with the Dreamcast on the couch, looking like what he describes as a general. She looks like she wants to kill him. He's sweating bullets at this point, and the first thing she says, Leonam, what did you drop in this video game?
What is the lie here? Maybe, like, a packet from a toaster strudel? Toaster strudelizing?
He asks her why, and she mentions that she brought it to the store, and when the guy opened it up, there was a white area of something.
Oh my god! He touched it! He went, oh, I know what that is.
Something was spilled in there, which is not covered by the warranty, so he was shit out of luck. And the mother wanted explanations for why the expensive system they had just gotten him for his birthday is already broken. And she also wanted explanations for why it smells like cheese. Actually, knowing what the mother didn't know, I also want explanations for why it smells like cheese. Like, what the fuck are they feeding this kid? His legs are shaking and he doesn't have any answers for her, so he runs back to his room and locks himself in. And from his room, he calls up Tectoy. Tectoy being the company that distributes Sega consoles in Brazil, even having some Brazil exclusive releases like a wide variety of special master systems.
Cool.
Leonam begins by assuring the Tectoy representative that this is not a prank call, and he proceeds to tell him about how he nutted it inside of his Dreamcast.
Brazilian.
Of course, the tech toy representative dies laughing. And when he finally catches his breath, he tells him to not try to clean the lens himself, but to just take it back to the store.
Okay.
Which, of course, as we've learned, is not really an option, so Leonam is fucked. Also, he thinks at this point his parents figured out what really happened. His reason for this being that he's sure his mother knows what cum smells like.
Oh my god! It's like whenever you sit in the back of the bus and somebody goes, do you know what, since you're here, your parents had sex?
Because on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week, his parents bone all night.
Oh, what? Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no!
At this point, he's also considering just admitting the truth to his father, and he also laments that he didn't have a younger brother to blame this on. He finishes by asking if maybe he should try to clean the lens with alcohol or water.
I like how his escape plan was to blame somebody else. Is that like older sibling core?
Anything else they suggest. There are a few suggestions and a little bit of ribbing, which takes us to the third post. He begins by thanking two forum users, Eric and Francisco, for helping him, then goes on to make a confession.
Okay, as you are being nice with me, I got to confess something.
Okay.
I broke my promise. It is stronger than me. I did one when I was locked in my room. Sorry. This time I aimed right and I didn't hit anything.
I thought he was gonna quit!
He also mentions that the tech toy guy suggested trying to use one of those disc cleaner things. If you're unfamiliar, they're those discs that have those little brushes on them. When you run the console, it brushes away the dust and whatever particles. I've never found them to be particularly useful, and you're probably not surprised to hear that this did not clean up the dried cum. He also addresses a forum user named Lestat. Lestat mocked his poor jizz control and acted this was his first time. Leonam responded that this was not his first time. In fact, it was his 5th time. He also addresses people. People who are asking if they can come to his neighborhood and see if they can take a look at it. Which, thankfully, he realized that this was a really bad idea, so he's not doing that. He was also worried about some guy who is making a website documenting the whole thing. He also makes a reference that I'm not quite sure about.
I told my colleagues what is happening to me, and my class has even given me the nickname Gonzaguinha. You know why? That accordionist.
Is there like an accordionist that goes like this and this and this? Oh, so he's like pulling on his wiener, I think.
So I'm not familiar with Gonzaguinha, so I looked him up. And it turns out he died suddenly and tragically after being hit by a truck.
What?
Which, you know, might be applicable to the impending dread of this situation. But Gonzaguinha wasn't known for playing accordion. His father, Luis Gonzaga, was. I'm not sure if he got the guys mixed up or what. Because maybe the joke wasn't about the sudden death, but rather how it looks to play the accordion.
Yeah, that's what I
Although
thought.
I don't know who, like, jerks off like they're playing an accordion.
I'll be here all night.
And ultimately, now he's looking for help not just with the Dreamcast, but how to deal with his parents.
I have to delete my computer's history because she checks everything. So it's thought if she enters this site and discovers everything. What a shame, and what a shit that I'm going to take. You may even think I'm childish, but I'm only 13 years old. I'm figuring things out now. It is by making mistakes that you learn. Do you think I was going to do this soon on my Dreamcast? Help is just what I need.
Then we get to the 4th and final post.
Guys,
Blast?
finally my terror came to an end. Thank God. I didn't get caught, but it was much worse, I swear.
Much
Believing
worse.
that his parents would eventually figure out what really happened, he takes his father aside.
I said, Dad, for the love of God, you swear if I tell you something you won't say to anybody. He said, okay. I believed.
I believed. He lied.
So I closed my eyes and told him it was me who broke the video game. But it wasn't on purpose, I cummed on it.
Wait a second. Okay.
He laughed. Laughed till he cried. Then I said, I didn't mean it to happen. I'm really embarrassed right now, but that's how it happened.
His father scolded him a bit for visiting porn sites, but then he told him he had a way to fix everything.
How?
And then finally, after this going on for days, Leonam could finally breathe a sigh of relief. He's sitting on bed, playing his Game Boy.
Oh no. what happened to the Game Boy. Please don't have a sequel to the story.
And his mother walks in, big smile on her face with his father in hand. And she says, Leo, me and your father have something we have to talk to you about.
What?
You are turning into a grown boy. My ears
Oh, no, not the birds and the bees. The game and the boy.
started to get red. You are not a little kid anymore. Your body will have changes. Your voice will change. You are turning into a little teen. They didn't already told me the same thing on school. My mother said, when you want to do that, go to the bath so you won't get things dirty, and after you've done it, wash your hands so you won't get things dirty with it. Can imagine how I am right now.
But it doesn't end there.
So
She calls
embarrassing.
all 6 of his aunts to let them know that their little boy is all grown up and jerking it.
Come on! Why do moms do this? Why are you blabbing to everybody?
She also tells his grandmother, as well as the girl who works at the house who he notes is hot.
She told his crush.
Afterwards, he gets a phone call from his grandmother telling him that he has no morals and he has to stop this immediately or he's
Oh my god!
gonna burn in hell. And he notes that his family likes to gossip a lot, so by now all of his cousins definitely know, so he's not looking forward to seeing them again. Ultimately, his father takes the Dreamcast to the store to get repaired. They're charging 450 reals for just the lens. That's without labor costs. So for that price, Leonam considers just simply importing a Japanese Dreamcast. He says that's probably better anyway. Leonam, who's now traumatized by masturbation forever, leaves with these words of wisdom.
To old people on this forum who tried to help me, thank you. Do not masturbate close to video games. May break. This had to be in the manual of the device.
He's trying to petition to get it in the manual. Well, it can't spell manual without man, so it should be in there.
Thanks, friends.
That's the story of the Brazilian cum Dreamcast. If you like this video, check out my video about the Reddit cum box.
Wow! What a segue!
I'm out. Well, that was an interesting video. 10 out of 10, great lore drop. I learned a lot. I really appreciate you watching this, and I'm sorry if you didn't know about this, because now you do. Anyways, I hope you have a great evening. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and then also if you really want, you can use code BerryCrepe for 10% off. Also helps me one day maybe get a booba cup, so thank you very much. I hope you have a great evening. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye!